Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So today is Saturday. It is 27th of June. It is Trivikrama Masa or Jyeshta Masa, Shukla Pakshan and the Triyodasi Tithi. So there is one Vaishnava and today is the Chidadahi, Panihati Chidadahi festival. Mahotsava is celebrated to commemorate a significant event in the history of Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. So and when Srila Raghunath Das Goswami received Sri Nityananda Prabhu's blessings to attain shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Some of the pastimes are mentioned here. It's a small one, so just pick the part where it is small descriptions are there. The festival is long and elaborate, very beautiful one. You can request any devotees, two devotees to read 2 sections of it, please. Yes, Mataji, please.
Srila Raghunath Das Goswami and the Panihati Mahotsav. Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, born around 1494 AD in Saptagram, Hooghly, West Bengal, was the only son of wealthy landlord Govardhana Majumdar. He became one of the 6 principal disciples of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He decided to assist in the Lord's mission of spreading Harinam Sankirtana. However, family constraints initially hindered his desire. Srila Raghunath Das displayed a strong sense of detachment from worldly life from a young age. He had an intense longing to join Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mission of spreading the holy names and glories of Lord Krishna. Nonetheless, he encountered obstacles when trying to depart from home and dedicate his life to serving Lord Chaitanya. Upon hearing about Sri Harion Prabhu, Prabhu.
Read Mataji, so read from up to here, Mataji, please.
Upon hearing about Sri Nityananda Prabhu's visit to Panihati, Raghunath Das went to meet him. Sri Nityananda Prabhu, an incarnation of Lord Brahma, was seated under a banyan tree by the Bhimji, surrounded by devotees. Raghunath Das hesitated approach, but was eventually noticed and summoned by Nityananda Prabhu, who playfully accused him of hiding like a thief. Nityananda Prabhu placed his lotus feet on Raghunatha's head and ordered him to celebrate a festival by serving yogurt and chipped rice to the devotees, making the first Chida Dahi Mahotsav. With the blessing of Nityananda Prabhu, Raghunath Das overcome all the impediments in his spiritual path and soon joined Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and became one of his close associates. This joyful Chida Dahi festival is annually celebrated on the 13th day of the bright moon in the month of Jyeshtha, May-June, in Panihati and the Hare Krishna movement centers worldwide.
Thank you, Mataji.
Panihati Chida Mahotsav ki jai. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Can I request other devotees to read? Yes, Mataji, please.
Panihati Chida Dahi celebration at ISKCON Hare Krishna Hill. The celebration will be held at ISKCON Hare Krishna Hill on 27 June 2026 from 7 a.m. onward, beginning with a grand abhishek for Sri Nitai Gauranga, followed by a boat festival and the distribution of Chida Dahi Maha Prasadam. The temple pond will be beautifully decorated with colorful flowers floating or in its calm ripples. The Utsav, the Utsav deities of Sri Sri Nitai Gauranga will be carried from the main temple hall to the pond in Palki adorned with flower and Abhishek will be performed using milk, curd, ghee, honey, sugar, water, and exotic fruit juices. This will be followed by a grand aarti, after which the deity will be taken on a boat ride uh, in the temple pond. Devotee will prepare a variety of dishes by mixing chipped rice and condensed milk, yogurt, sugar, bananas, mangoes, and assorted sour, 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 sauris. Just as Srila Raghunath Das Goswami once did, this preparation will be first offered to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Sri Nitya Gauranga and then distributed to all assembled devotees as Maha Prasadam. Celebration at ISKCON Vaikuntha Hill. At ISKCON Vaikuntha Hill, the celebration will be held for the first time on 27th June. Is already read, Karoji?
I think that's fine, Mataji. So I think that is the festival. So this is a very beautiful part is happening. Some of the pictures if we observe here. Chirada Hills. So Nityanand Prabhu is arranging all these things. So he ordered Raghunath Das Goswami, he has arranged, and then everyone was distributed different points, different two parts of the. I think it is very beautiful. I think it is very long story in a different. That's why I just picked the smaller version. Two different kinds of foods are prepared. Raghunath Das brought cheap rice, yogurt, milk, sweetmeats, sugar, bananas, either eatables, pellet, placed them all around. So as soon as so just I'm giving, so here it is described. He also prayed 5 or 7 especially large earthen pots, and in these pots a Brahmana began soaking cheap rice for the satisfaction of Lord Nityananda. Few of them are very beautiful. In one place, chip rice was soaked in hot milk in each of the large pots. Then half the rice was mixed with yogurt, sugar, and bananas, and the other half was mixed with condensed milk and a special type of banana known as um, champakala. Then clarified butter and camphor were added. After Nityanand Prabhu had changed his clothes for a new one and sat on a raised platform, the Brahmana brought before him the 7 huge pots. Okay, so again, these huge pots they are distributing among themselves, and everyone have got there is no place even to sit. So in such a way they have occupied even in the waters as well. It's a very beautiful pastime of Chiradaki festival. Just some of the pictures we would see from here. So there is a pond next to the festival where it is happened. They're all offering in all places. And in between, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also came in a settled form, and he was visible to some of the devotees and Nityananda Prabhu. And he also had some of the prasadam, and then knowing that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was there, and everyone were relations. They could understand. Okay, so this is a few bits of Chiradahi festival today. Okay, that is from the events perspective. So for now, we shall move into our daily Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, so Kashyap Prajapati has spoken to Diti Maharani to pacify her for some time. Muhurtum Pratipalaya. He has asked her to wait for 40 minutes for the union. But actually, even though after explaining, and then Maitreya Muni is saying that she has caught hold of the Kashyap Muni's cloth. Jagrahavasu Brahmarshehe. Urshuliva Gatatrapa. With a shamelessness, she has even though gave all the good instructions. So likewise, Maitreya Muni said, Saivam Sambrite Bhatra Manmata Unmadita Indriya. The Cupid was pressing her senses, so she could not tolerate it. She could not resist. So she immediately caught hold of the cloth of Brahmashi. Jagraha was a Brahmashi, Rushli Eva Gatatrapa. So after mentioning Maitreya Muni saying further what has happened, so here Kashyap Prajapati, now he is inclined and forced to do the forbidden act. And then he offered obeisances to the fate. He offered obeisances to the fate, the destiny, and then he has laid with Diti Maharani in a secluded place. Likewise, Maitreya Muni saying, we are in the Srimad Bhagavatam, third canto, chapter 14, verse number 31. स विदित्वा भार्यायाः तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वादिष्टाय रहसि तया अतोपविवेशहि. स विदित्वा अथ भार्यायाः. Sa viditva. So he understands, Kashyap Prajapati, understanding the intention and the desire now, viditva atha bharyayaha. She is now holding the cloth of Kashyap Prajapati. Now he has no other option. Of course, he could resist if he want, but Prabhupada in the previous slokas mentioning, he was just using only pacifying words, but actually he was prepared. स विदित्वा च भार्यायाः तं निर्बन्धं and that obstinacy vikarmani in the forbidden act. Tam nirbandham vikarmani, he is forced to do forbidden act. Now natvadishtaya rahasi, natvadishtaya is offering obeisances unto the worshipable fate. So this is very important because sometimes every person they would come across some kind of thing in the family relationship for the sake of the relationships. So they have to engage even if they do not like or they do not agree to that. Sometimes they are forced, but here during that time remembering the Supreme Lord and the Nattvadishtaya, offering obeisances to the unto worshipable faith. And then rahasitaya ata upaviveshahi. After that, in a secluded place, rahasi taya. So taya with the Diti Maharani in a with her ata upaviveshahi. Upavivesha. He laid with Diti Maharani. Likewise, Maitreya Muni is saying, Sa viditva bharyayaha tam nirbandham vikarmani nattvadishtaye rahasi tayatopa viveshahi taya ata upaveshahi. The translation. Understanding his wife's purpose, he was obliged to perform the forbidden act, and thus, after offering his obeisances unto worshipable faith, he lay with her in a secluded place. Okay, can I request Samhita Mataji to read the purport, please?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Hare Krishna, everyone. It appears from the talks of Kashyap and his wife that he was a worshipper of Lord Shiva. And although he knew that Lord Shiva would not be pleased with him for such a forbidden act, he was obliged to act by his wife's desire, and thus he offered his obeisances unto fate. He knew that the child born of such untimely sexual intercourse would certainly not be a good child, but could not protect himself because he was too obligated to his wife in a similar case. However, when Thakur Haridas was tempted by a public prostitute at the dead of night, he avoided the allurement because of his perfection in Krishna consciousness. That is the difference between a Krishna conscious person and others. Kashyap Muni was greatly learned and enlightened, and he knew all the rules and regulations of systemic life. Yet he failed to protect himself from the attack of sex desire. Thakur Haridas was not born of a Brahman family, nor was he himself a Brahmana. Yet he could protect himself from such an attack due to his king being Krishna conscious. Thakur Haridas used to chant the holy name of Lord 300,000 times daily. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.
Yeah, thank you, Mata. So this is so here, as Kashyap Prajapati was only speaking pacifying words, but actually he was glorifying the context of glorifying a wife during this time. One should not take it very seriously because Prabhupada mentioning it is a joking because the context itself it makes one during that period one can speak many things because he's inclined to uh, I mean inclined it is mentioned manmata gunmata indriya. So when Cupid is pressing in that moment they do not know to control themselves either it is a man or a woman. So here, Kashyap Prajapati, though it was glorified, it was not that much strong words. Even though it is true, but the context is it is not strong enough. It is only pacifying words. Now, and also he was also prepared. So here, mentioning from the talks of Kashyapa with his wife that he was a worshipper of Lord Shiva, and though he knew that Lord Shiva would not be pleased with him for such a forbidden act, he was obligated to act by his wife's desire, and thus he offered his obeisances onto the fate. So this is, but however, devotees are always protected because they surrendered unto the lotus feet of Krishna, uh, because they have got full control on their senses, full control over the senses. But in the past, there are so many great sages. They try to control the senses. तथा परेचात्म समाधि योग बलेन जित्वा प्रकृतिम बलिष्ठाम. Prakritim bhalishtam. It is very difficult to conquer the senses, keeping control senses. Pranayama hi doshan dharana abhishatilbishan. Prachaharena samsarghan dhyanena anishwaran gunan. There is different activities of this yoga. Pranayama hi doshan dharana abhishatilbishan. So this by these activities, one would control all the senses and even the uh, all the A's within the body as well. This apana, vyana, prana, samana, udana. These all the five kinds of A's they will control. And then in that particular state, they would capture the life air within the body. And all inhalation and exhalation will be stopped. That is called Kumbhaka Yogi. So, but here everything is to control the senses. That is the beginning of the yogic process. But here, for the devotees of the Lord, it is not that much very difficult to control the senses. They're all engaging every activity in the service of the Lord, so they know it. You see, it is tata parichatma samadhi yoga balene jitva prakriti बलिष्ठां त्वामेव धीराः पुरुषं विशन्ति तेषां श्रमः स्यान्नतुस्य वयाति. It is not very difficult for the devotees. Just by rendering their services, their time for chanting, following rules and regulations and the deity worship, in so many other services, varieties of services, they are able to protect themselves. And they hope with Devashakaha Kalu Karma Yavat Swarambakam Samikshita Eva Sasuhu. All of their activities, they're under completely under the supervision of Krishna, the Lord. They hope with Devashakaha because they have already surrendered themselves. So they will come under the protection of the Lord. They hope with Devashakaha Kalu Karma Yavat. All kinds of activities, inclusive of his senses and also his pastimes. Kal karma yavat swarambakam pratisamikshita eva sasuhu. And all the activities, everything, whatever it has started from the beginning of his entering into this material world, all these karmic activities, the words, everything come under the direction of the Supreme Lord. And what Lord will do? In such a way, he will arrange all the pastimes, he orchestrate the activities or in his present life so that he will completely remove all the sinful activities, results of sinful activities of the past lives, inclusive of his senses and the life. Swarambakam prasamikshita eva sasuhu sa asuhu. That is, asu is the life, everything. In such a way he is protected. Tam sa prapancam adhiroda samadhiyogaha. And then so once he gets swapnam punarnabhajate pratibuddhavastuhu. He has attained his original spiritual form, pratibuddhavastuhu. And then he knows his constitutional position that he is servant of the Lord and engage himself in the service of the Lord. And is thinking that this material body existence is just like a swapnam, it's just like a dream. Punarna bhajate, it would not happen again. Punarna bhajate, pratibuddhavastu. He has acquired the knowledge and his swarupa. Swarupen mayopetan pasyan swarajyam ruchyati. One would go in his original spiritual form to the spiritual abode of the Lord and spend time. So everything for the devotee, everything comes under the supervision of the Lord for the Krishna's devotees and Vishnu devotees. And Prabhupada here mentioning Kashyapa it appears that he was a worshipper of Lord Shiva, as he was mentioning in the previous lokas, Charanopavidham. He was mentioning and saying that that is Vayamvritaihi yet Charanapavidha Ashashmahejam Batabhukta Bhogam. We take the remnants of Lord Shiva. So that means he appears to be worshipper of Lord Shiva. Now, he knew that the child born of such untimely sexual intercourse would certainly not be a good child, but could not protect himself because he was too obligated to his wife. So, Jan Prabhupada always mentions wife as the better half of the husband, better half of the husband. When better half is forcing, then there is no other option. But if he is like a pet husband. So, in a similar case, however, when Thakura Haridasa was tempted by a public prostitute at the dead of night, he avoided the allurement because of his perfection in Krishna consciousness. So, that is the difference between a Krishna conscious person and others. Even though Kashipuni was greatly learned and enlightened, and he knew all the rules and regulations of the systematic life, yet he failed to protect himself from the attack of sex desire. Even Vishwamitra, many other sages, even just by looking at the fishes mating, even Saurabha Saubhari, even he was also want to marry. That is the desire of but so here one who is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, following rules and regulations associating with the devotee, they're always protected. That's why devotees association is so essential. And Thakura Haridasa was not born of a Brahmana family, nor was he himself a Brahmana. Yet he could protect himself from such an attack due to his being Krishna consciousness. Again, Yannamadeya Sravananukirtana Jat Prahunad Yasmaranadapi Kvachit Swadopi Sadhyaha Savanaya Kalpate Kutaha Punaste Bhagavannu Darshanat. in the Bhagavatam, Devhuti Mata mentions, Yannamadeya Sravanana Kirtanan, Yat Prahvanan, Shravan. She mentions at any point of time one can chant the names of the Lord. Then he Swadopi Sadhyaha Savanaya Kalpate. He is immediately, even the dog eater, he will be immediately elevated to the council platform. He can Savanaya Kalpate, he can perform the sacrifices. Yajnas and sacrifices are to be performed by the Brahmanas, but as soon as one chants Hare Krishna Mahamantra, he will be elevated, as we see in the practically nowadays. Many of those devotees are disciples of Srila Prabhupada. They're all performing 5 sacrifices. So that is Swadopi Sadhyaha Savanaya Kalpate. Before that, they used to just blechas and all, hippies like that. And it's a practical example by chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So here he could, Haridas Thakur was able to protect himself from such an attack due to his being Krishna conscious. So Thakur Haridasa used to chant the holy name of the Lord 300,000 times daily. This is what Krishna says, that Tasma Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Manusmarijjucha Mayarpita Mano Buddhe Mam Ye Vaishyasi Asamsayaha. All times and circumstances, one has to remember me. Okay, that is the instruction that exactly Haridas Thakur was following. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he made him as the Namacharya. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Okay, so that is a very beautiful pastime of Haridas Thakur. And at the end, and in his last times, when he left his body, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he took his body, Haridas Thakur body, and he danced. And he personally, he performed all those final rites. Okay, so such a great personality, Haridas Thakur. Okay, that is the difference between devotees of the Lord and devotees of other demigods. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavatam. So here, Maitreya Muni is mentioning that Saviditva bharyayaha tam nirbandham vikarmani natvadishtaya rahasi taya ata upaviveshahi. Okay, so can I request devotees for the recitation to repeat line by line? Saviditva bharyayaha
Saviditva varyaya yes
tam nirbandham vikarmani
tam
Tam
nirbandham
nirbandham
vikarmani
karmani
natvadishtaya rahasi
natvadistaya
natvadishtaya
rahasi
taya upaviveshahi.
taya topa
viveshahi
viveshahi
Again. Saviditva bharyayaha
aviditva varyaya
varyayas
tam nirbandham vikarmani
tam
tam nirbandhan
karmani
vikarmani
natvadishtaya rahasi
natvadistaya rahasi
taya upaviveshahi.
taya topa viveshahi.
Once more. So here, the Bharyayas, there is yes, here it is when we can utter that sound, when we combine that one, Bharyayastam Nirbandham Vikarmani as a continuous. As we take the break there, so Bharyayaha, the Visarga sound comes at the end. Tam Nirbandham Vikarmani Natva Disthaya, there is dots under. Yes, and it is there. Tha sound, it would be stressed. Natvadhishtaya rahasi taya topa viveshahi. Okay, so once again. Sa viditva bharyayaha
saviditva
Tam
bharyayaha
tam nirbandham vikarmani
tam
nirbandham
karmani
vikarmani
नत्वादिष्ठाय रहसि
नत्वादिष्टाय
रहसि
रहसि
तया तोपविवेशहि
तया
तया
तोपविवेशहि।
Can I request you to take your time to reset? Just look at the would you like to go first?
Hare Krishna. Savid Saviditvatha varyayas tam nirbandham vikarmani natvadistaya rahasi tayato viveshahi.
Very beautiful, very much. Thank you, Mataji. Time left, Mataji, please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. सा विदित्वथा भार्या तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नट्वाधिष्ठाय रहसि तायथोपाविवेशहि. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful, very much. Thank you, Mataji. Gauringi Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। साविदित्वथा भार्यास्तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणे नत्वदिष्टाय रहसि तथा तोपविवेशहि। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
You want to go again, Mataji? Okay.
सर प्रभु जी।
Would you like to recite again?
ओके। साविदित्वथा भार्या यस्तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वादिष्टाय रहसि तयाथोपविवेशहि।
Very beautiful, very much. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. Saviditvatha bharyayaha tam nirbandham vikarmani natvadishtaya rahasi tayothopa viveshahi. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Very beautiful, very good. Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। सा विदित्वा भार्यः तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वादिष्टाय रहसि तया तोपाविवेशहि। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Very beautiful, very much. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please. Asha Mataji.
Hare Krishna. सविदित्वादपारियाय तं निर्बन्धं विहर्मणि नत्वातिष्ठाय रकषि दयादोपव विवेशहि।
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please.
Yes, Prabhu, Hare Krishna. सविदित्वाथ कार्याहं तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वादिष्टाय रहसि तयाथोपविवेशहि.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Meena Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. विदित्वाथ भार्यायास्तं निबन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वाद्विष्टाय रहसि तत्तयाथोपविवेशः विवेशिः.
Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Sunil Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna. सविदित्वाथ भार्यायाः तं निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वादिष्ठाय रहसि तयाथोपविवेशहि. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. And also, would you like to read that translation as well, Prabhuji?
Okay. Understanding his wife's purpose, he was obliged to perform the forbidden act, and thus, after offering his obeisances unto worshipable fate, he lay with her in a secluded place. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. तते सा विदित्वा तद्भार्यायाः तन्निर्बन्धं विकर्मणि नत्वादिष्टाय रहसि तया तोपविवेशति. So notice Prabhupada's daily letter. Secretary letter to Satsvarupa, June 12th, 1971, Bombay. Can I request the name of the devotee to read this letter, please? Lalita Mata, do you want to go?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yes. My dear Saswarupa, please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you very much for your letter dated 28th May 1971 and I have noted the contents. You should know that you are always with me. I am always thinking of you and your service. So there is no question of you being separated from me at any time. And you will be glad to know that very soon I am coming to Boston for installing the deities. Recently, I'm in Bombay and will be leaving for Moscow on 20th instant. I shall remain there for 5 days and from there go Paris and London, where I will participate in Ratha Yatra festival. Yes, Dr. Bezi Begji Low has appreciated my article and admitted in his letter that you people in India are so much further ahead in matters of this kind than those of us in the Western world. Letter dated 16th February 1971. There has been no further correspondence with him in this regards. So, if you wish, you may publish my letter and his short reply is given above. So far, as publishing songs in Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji, BTC.
Back to Godhead, Mata.
Sorry, Prabhuji.
Back to Godhead.
Oh, Back to Godhead. Sorry. So far, as publishing songs in Back to Godhead, I have translated 2 or 3 songs of Narottama Dasa Thakur only. But if you like, I can send you more songs and ideas. I have sent some poems by our disciples here, along the lines of Narottama Dasa Thakur's songs. Do you like them enough to publish? I have not received any check for beads for the 10 devotees recommended by you for the initiation. But they may be initiated when I go there personally. Concerning Brahmananda, I have received one telegram from Karachi and he asked my permission to come here and I have consented. So he should coming to Bombay very soon. Just recently, I have received one letter from Jadurani, and she is doing nicely. I have seen the pictures printed by her and her assistants, and they are very nice. She is serious about you being fully engaged in Krishna consciousness, and I have given her advice in this connection. I'm enclosing one letter from new boy in Japan. He was going to commit suicide but came to Krishna instead. This make an interesting topic for Back to Godhead in the new type of article you described in your last letter. Please offer my blessings to others there, hoping this will meet you in good health. Your ever well wisher A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Any takeaway points, Mataji, from this letter?
Yeah, it's a big letter, Prabhuji. Yeah, but yeah, the devotee is very closest, dearest devotee, I think, for Srila Prabhupada Prabhuji. So he was explaining I always think of. So until unless if you are very close, then only will think, right? So I think he's very close devotee. That's the reason he was mentioned in the first paragraph. I'm always with you, and I will always think about you and your service. I'm so glad what you are doing in the service. And he explained his travel plan in the first paragraph. And finally, his plan is visit going to the Ratha Yatra. That's the first paragraph. So he shared all the things to with his best and closest devotee, Saswarupa. That's the first paragraph that I understood, Prabhuji. And the second paragraph is the devotee. It seems like he's publishing the newspaper. Is yeah. So in his paper, he mentioned like maybe you can post this article. He received one of the doctor basic glow. He has appreciated an article. So one of the doctor he written some article about the Indians how further ahead about Krishna conscience compared to the Western world, how they are bit forward than Western world. So that's what some one of the doctor published that article. He asked his devotee, best devotee, to publish in his newspaper. That's what he advised. Is requesting his devotee in the second paragraph, Prabhuji. That's what I understood. And then third thing, he was asking, I haven't received any checks for beads. It seems like the devotee recommended for 10 devotees for initiation, but yeah, for that, yeah, Lakshmi is not yet come. It hasn't reached him. Something he was asking. If not, I will initiate it personally. That is also his, yeah, he mentioned in this paragraph, Prabhuji. And then concerning a Brahmananda, so there is one telegram it seems received from Karachi. So he asked to come Bombay. That is what is about the Brahmananda devotee has mentioned, Prabhuji. So I'm not sure what was that in the telegram, but yeah, he requested his devotee come over here to Bombay. Yeah, Prabhuji. And the next last one is like just I have received one left. Yeah, and he was appreciating one of the devotee, his her service, how he is doing Krishna consciousness, and he was appreciating and pictures and the work what she is delivering. She was so pleased her work and devotion towards Krishna consciousness, and yeah, that is also been sharing with his best devotee, and how he was so impressed about her seriousness on Krishna consciousness. Mm, yeah, so it seems like Prabhupada is advised her to in this connection. Yeah, he was sharing so much with his best devotee, Prabhuji. So, and last best thing is like one of the devotee who was supposed to commit suicide, but yeah, because of Krishna, when he took Krishna shelter, automatically that has been yeah overcome. So that is also been yeah, that's one of the topic. I think the paper name back to Godhead, Prabhuji. That what I understood. So all the things this make an interesting topic for back to Godhead in the new type of article. In that particular paper, the back to Godhead paper, he was asking publish all these things with his devotee. That's what I understood, Prabhuji. Maybe you can add more, Prabhuji. Thank you. That's it from my side, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Very beautifully summarized. Okay, so this letter, Satswarupa, is the initial Srila Prabhupada's foremost disciples. Out of those, Satswarupa is very important. And Jadurani Mata, so they both were married initially. Jadurani is again a devotee of Srila Prabhupada. She was doing paintings very beautifully. So in such a way, they have helped this Hare Krishna movement to push forward a lot. That is one of the contexts. They both were married initially. Okay, and then further back to Godhead, this one, Srila Prabhupada has started this newspaper when Prabhupada I think in the 1945, 1940, something like that. So after that, Prabhupada only used to write and then edit and then print and then distribute as well. Everything by Srila Prabhupada. Later, when Prabhupada came to this Krishna consciousness, establishing the ISKCON movement, and his disciples have taken that forward, and then it goes monthly magazine. And nowadays it is there throughout the world, even in India also. Devotees receive monthly magazine back to Godhead, containing so many of these different pastimes, devotees pastimes like that. Okay, that is from Srila Prabhupada setup. Any other comments, devotees? Otherwise, we shall go to Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so that is from Srila Prabhupada's letter. Srila Bhagavad Gita. Okay, so in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, so Krishna, Sanjaya speaking to Dhritarashtra about the conversations between Duryodhana and Dronacharya. Later on, understanding Duryodhana's movement, Bhishma Deva, he has blown his conch shell. After Bhishma Deva's conch shell blowing, and everyone, they started blowing their conch shell. So that is Prasthi Dheryasya Panavanaka Gomukaha Sahasaiva Abhyahanyanta Sasabdhastumulo Abhavat. So it was very tumultuous sound when they were everyone are blowing their conch shells, drums, bugles, those stuff. It is very tumultuous. And further, Sanjay is mentioning to the cluster that after Duryodhana side, they have blown their conch shells and everyone. Not only, from the Pandava side, he is mentioning, so describing very beautiful about the Krishna and Arjuna sitting on a chariot which is having four white horses, and they have blown their transcendental conch shells. Everyone, they have blown their conch shells, but it was not described. But whenever Arjuna and Krishna they blow, it is mentioned the transcendental. They are transcendental conch shells, and it has blown. Okay, so we are in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, first chapter, verse number 14. ततः श्वेतैः हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्मतुः ततः श्वेतैः हयैः युक्ते. Tataha, thereafter, Shvetaihi with white, Hayaihi, the horses. The chariot was given to Arjuna by the Chitrarara, and the four horses were given by the Agni Deva. Now they are being used in this Kurukshetra battle. There are everything is transcendental, or those are all divine chariot, divine horses. Tatah Svetai Hayir Yukte Mahati Sandhani Sitau, and it's a great chariot. It's a great chariot, Sandhani chariot. Sthitau, situated on that great chariot, who are they? Madhavaha Pandava Shaiva. So the first word we see, Madhavaha, the beautiful name. Krishna, the husband of the goddess of fortune. Madhavaha Pandava Shaiva, and Arjuna, the son of Pandu. They are situated on the chariot. Divyo Shankau Pradadmatuhu. Divyo Shankau. It is a transcendental conch shells. Pradadmatuhu. It is sounded. They have blown their conch shells. But from the Pandava side, Drishtadyumna is the commander-in-chief for that army. And Bhishma is protecting that. But conch shells are blown by Krishna and Arjuna first. See how beautiful here, where there is love, there are no rules. But whereas the other side, Bhishma Deva is commander-in-chief. He has blown first. And other side, Krishna and Arjuna, they have blown. So beautiful. See, this is Tataha Svetaihi Hayur Yukte Mahati Sandani Stav. Madhavah Pandavashaiva Divyo Senko Pradadmatuhu. Said translation. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada. Can I request other devotee to read the purport, please?
Hare Krishna, may I, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah. In contrast with the conch shell blown by Bhishma Dev, the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. The sounding of the transcendental conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of the Pandavas. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardanaha. Victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there because the goddess of fortune never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna, as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shell of Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both the friends were seated had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna, and this indicated that this chariot was capable of conquering all sides wherever it was drawn over the three worlds. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you.
Jai. Thank you, Mataji. Okay, so here, Prabhupada is mentioning about the conch shells, about Bhishma Deva conch shell. It is not transcendental, whereas the Krishna and Arjuna's conch shells are Arjuna's conch shell is Devadattam. Krishna's conch shell name is, can anyone say that one?
Anshajani.
Very beautiful, yes. So they are all transcendental conch shells. Arjuna got his conch shell from Indradeva. Okay, and Krishna got, so these are all in some past times would happen, but these are all eternal conch shells. Krishna also, he always have got this conch shell. But whenever there is a pastime of when Sandipani Muni's son, when he was going to get the son of Sandipani at Prabhasa Kshetra, he has entered into the ocean that to find there is a Panchajana, some demon who was supposed to taken Sandipani's son, but actually that Panchajana was whenever Krishna killed, and then when he looked in the tummy, there is only conflict, there is no, but demon was killed, there is no son of Sandipuni. And later on, he went to the Yamadharmaraja's abode to bring back the son of Sandipuni. That is one of it, and there are different pastimes of it, but it different pastimes would manifest so that Krishna's function will be reaching to him in this material world to assist him in his pastimes. This is like a white function in the Bhagavatam. It is described like a very beautiful shloka was there. I think in the 10, 10 let us go. Anattan Savurujya Sruddhan Janapadan Swakan Dadmo Daravaram Tesham Vishadham Samayanniva. Krishna blowed that conch shell, it will relieve the Vishadham Samayanniva. All devotees of the Lord, they were dejected because the people in the Dwaraka, when Krishna was present in the Hastinapura for the Kurukshetra battle for I think 3 to 4 months. So during that time, Dwaraka people were there feeling separation. And when Krishna is returning back to Dwaraka, so at the time, as soon as he entered into the Anatta, Anattas, he has blown Anattan Sapurujja Sruddhan Janapadan Swakan Dadmo Daravaram Tesham Vishadam Samayanniva. Just by hearing the sound of Krishna's conch shell, everyone are feeling relievement. And then there it is a very beautiful sloka it gives. Sauchakase davaladharo dharo kapivurakramasya darsho nashonima dadmaya manaha karakanja sampute yatabjakande kalaham savutsvanaha. How beautifully Krishna blows the conch shell. It is Sabuchakase Dhavaladharo Dharo, and it is so white conch shell. And Krishna is blowing Uchakase, became brilliant, Dhavala Udaraha, and white and fat bowled, Dhavala Udara Dharo conch shell. Api Murukramasya Adharashona Shonima, and Krishna with his reddish lips, uh, Api Murukramasya, who performs great adventures, Murukramasya Adharashona Shonima, his lips are reddish, transcendental quality of his lips. And when the conch shell comes to his lips, the conch shell it is having a reddish hue. That is very beautifully described. Adharashona Shonima and Dadmaya Manaha Karakanja Sampute. When he has blown, keeping that big conch shell in his hands and that lotus mouth at lips, it is a Dadmaya Manaha Karakanja Sampute. Karakanja Sampute, being caught by the grip of the lotus hand. And how it is appearing? Yathabjakande kalhamsa utsvanaha. A swan comes to the lotus flower and then playing with it. Likewise, the conch shell is at the lotus lips of Krishna. It is appearing like that. Yathabjakande kalhamsa utsvanaha. The So it is mentioned Yatabjakande, as it is by the Abjakande, by the stems of the lotus flower, Kalahamsaha, ducking swan, loudly sounding, and it is cracking there and then making sounds. Likewise, when Krishna blows, it is so beautiful. It is a scenario is different and appearing blowing conch shells. It is all divine. Divyo Senko Prasadmatuhu. It is mentioned the white and fat bowl conch shell being gripped by the hand of Lord Krishna and sounded by him appeared to be reddened by the touch of his transcendent lips. It seemed that a white swan was playing in the stems of red lotus flowers. Okay, so this is very beautiful uh, descriptions here. Again, whenever one is meditating on the form of the Lord, 400 form, it is again described like a Sanchintaye Dashihadaram Asahyatejaha Shankam Chitatkara Saruruha Rajahamsam. One has to meditate on the count, this Shanka and Chakra as well. Sanchintaye Dashihadaram Asahyatejaha. That is the chakra. It is Asahyatejaha. It is very powerful Sudarshan chakra. And Senkamcha Tatkara Saruruha Rajahamsam. In his hands, it's just like a Rajahamsa. It appears in the hands of Krishna. One has to meditate in that way on all the symbols of Krishna. Okay, so here the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. So the sounding of, and as soon as this sound is blown by Krishna, what happens? Pratyuho prajaha sarvaha bhartrudarshana lalasaha. So just one more slok comes from there. Everyone are, after hearing that sound, everyone, tam so tam upashrutya ninadham, as soon as they hear the sound, tam upashrutya ninadham jagad bhaya bhayavaham and jagad bhaya bhayavaham. It is very fearful to the fear personified, the fear of material existence. It is jagad bhaya bhayavaham, the threatening principle for the fear of material existence. Okay. And pratyuho prajaha sarvaha bhatru darshana lalasaha. Everyone are coming from their homes to seek, oh, Krishna is coming here. And then everyone bringing some gifts along with them to give it present to Krishna. They have went to see Krishna. So here, the citizens of Dwarka, having heard that sound, which threatens fear personified in the material world, began to run towards him fast, just to have a long desired audience with the Lord, who is the protector of all devotees. So that is the assurance to the devotees when Krishna gives that blows that sound, conch shells, the sound will relieve the distress of this material world for all the devotees. So by that sound of transcendent conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of the Pandavas. He is Bhakta Vachala. Pandavas are always serving at the lotus feet of the Lord. Nispruhaha Sarvakamebhya and Vasudeva Anusevai. They were Yudhishthira, though they are the king, he is the king, he is always remembering the Lord. At the service of Krishna, he is ruling. And then it is mentioned here, Jayastu Panduputranam Yesham Pakshe Janardanaha. Jayastu Panduputranam. Always the Pandus, children of Pandu, they get victory because Yesham Pakshe, from their side, Yesham Pakshe Janardanaha. Krishna is present. Yatra Pardho Dhanudhara. So again, in the last sloka of Bhagavad Gita, that Sanjaya, he describes Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Pardho Dhanudhara. Tatra Srihi, what is that sloka? Tatra Sri Vijayo Bhutihi Dhruvanitir Matir. So there, goddess of fortune and victory and niti, the moral, everything would exist. That is the Sanjaya's statement, last statement. So victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu because the Lord Krishna is associated with them. So Krishna devotees, again, Krishna says Arjuna that you declare my devotee will never ever perish. He says in the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Name Bhakta Pranasyati. Kaunteya Prahyanihi Name Bhakta Pranasyati. Every endeavor of devotee will never ever go vain. Because he has got a full conviction on Krishna, that he will protect and he will, like Brahma says, Nabharte Mingam Shopalakite Navai Putinvi Manuso Mushagatihi Name Hushikani Patincha Satpate Yenme Huda Outkanti Duto Harihi. I always keep my Lord in the throat and my heart everywhere. All my words will never ever go false, and my senses will never go fall down, and my activities will never be fail. Narada Muni asked, "Oh, dear Father, you are doing everything so perfectly. So this creation is so perfectly, you are creating everything." And he glorifies Brahmadeva. And later Brahmadeva says that, oh Narada, whatever you are saying that I am not denying it, but however, you know that by Lord's energy, it works in such a way that I am doing everything, but actually it is Krishna is doing. Krishna is doing, and he is the Narayana Paradeva Deva Narayana Gajaha. So everything goes under his direction only. I'm saying that I am always worshipping, I am meditating on that Narayana. Narayana Paraveda Deva Narayana Gajaha. Narayana Paraloka, Narayana Paramakaha. So likewise, he glorifies Lord and says, because I always engage in the service of the Lord, my words will never ever go vain. Every word will be true. That's why whenever devotees also going to the spiritual master, they wanted to hear it directly from the spiritual master, either with the blessings or the instructions or the orders. So here, the victory is always with Pandavas, they're the devotees of the Lord. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shell of Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both friends were seated had been donated by Agnideva, the fire god, to Arjuna. This is during the uh, Kandavana, that past time when Arjuna was burning this Kandavana for the sake of the fire. So he was protecting that, falling the rains. So Indra was trying to pour the water because his friends were there. Maidanava, and a few of them were present in that forest. So Maidanava was the friend of Indra, and Indra was protecting by pouring the water. So that Agni, he was there is other pastime, the fire god. That previously in the there was one of the devotee of the Lord. He used to perform so many sacrifices, putting so much of ghee in the fire. And he continuously doing all the sacrifices for a very long period. And then the fire god became indigestion. But for that purpose, there are so many herbs in the Khandava, wherever it is Khandava Prastha, whatever Dhritarashtra has given that land to the Pandus, to you go and rule that kingdom. But it is only the forest. There are no citizens properly. But later on, but still, Yudhishthira accepted their share, that area, and then they have, with the help of Indra, they have turned it later on, of course, not yet. So, in this context, Indra was trying to mm, pour water on the forest. But however, um later period, Indra would help on the instruction of Krishna. Indra will help all the Pandavas to build. Prastha will turn into Indraprastha with all the beautiful buildings and everything, all the businesses, nice streets, everything will come into existence. But in the beginning, when Agni Deva was trying to eat those herbs in that forest, but Indra was resisting that by putting the water. At that time, Agni Deva approached Arjuna and Krishna. Arjuna and Krishna were in the kind of a Vihara Yatra. So during that time, fire god came to Krishna and Arjuna. He offered his obeisances and then glorifying them that you are previously Naranarayana. Now I am able to see you directly here in the form of Arjuna and Krishna. And then mentioning during that time, uh, Krishna has got his Sudarshan Chakra from the Agni Deva. That is his again, it is his transcendental Sudarshan Chakra. And Arjuna received Gandhiva bow, and also these arrows, which would not be exhausted with arrows. It will keep on filling the arrows into that what is called the holder, arrows holder. Okay, that Gandhiva bow. At that time, Arjuna received. Krishna received Sudarshan Chakra at that point of time. And then using those things, so they have helped Agni Deva to eat up all the Khandva. Then Agni was satisfied, and however, Maidanava was protected. So even Krishna was, many of those snakes were there. Some of them were trying to fly away. But here Arjuna was just using his arrows to cut them all. But however, Maidanava, he came and take the shelter of Arjuna. Please protect me. But actually, Krishna wanted to kill at that point of time. But as Maidanava came to Arjuna and take the shelter of Arjuna, Krishna, we put again in this statement, if anyone take the shelter of the devotees of Krishna, Krishna protects them. So here, Krishna does not kill Maidanava, though he was about to kill. And then later on, Maidan was pleased, and then he wanted to give some present to Arjuna. But Arjuna asked, so Krishna is our well-wisher. Let Krishna decide what he wanted to for us is the best. Then my Krishna gives instruction to Maidanava, you go and build very beautiful sabha, assembly hall, so that it will, and you present it to Yudhishthira, Arjuna's brother. Okay, so in such a way, there is a Maidanava arranges some of those things. But during the time, Agni Deva presented the chariot as well to Arjuna. Gandiva bow and the chariot. But later on, the 4 horses, they were given to Arjuna by Chitraratha. So during whenever the Laka house was being burned, and then Pandavas escaped and then going out of the way. So during that time, they have come up across a pond where the Chitraratha was playing with his girls, and then he resisted that no one should come this way in this particular time. Then Arjuna was resisting him. We are the sons of Pandu. No one can counter actors. So there was conversation again. Chitrada, he has got a very chariot which is flying in the air. There was conversations and the fight, and Arjuna using his Agneyastra, he burnt that Radha chariot. And then immediately Chitraradha, because he has got a wonderful chariot, his name was Chitraradha. He was very pleased with Arjuna, and then uh, he made a friendship with Arjuna, saying that I'm very pleased with you. And after that, he presented white horses to Arjuna. And Arjuna says that I will accept this whenever it is needed. Now, those four horses are yoked to this chariot given by the fire god. And those horses, divine horses, they will never ever be tired. Uh, so, of course, we would see very beautiful pastimes with those four horses as well. And the chariot, it is a divine chariot. But there is no hope for opposite party when and Krishna are sitting on the chariot. Okay, so that was was capable of conquering all sides, wherever it was drawn over the three walls. Okay, that is this particular shloka. ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्धने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्कौ प्रदद्मतुः. Okay, so Krishna and Arjuna, they are blowing their conch shells sitting on that chariot. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. So I request all devotees, we recite this Bhagavad Gita Monday to Saturday, whatever we don't get a chance to recite. So I request everyone to recite shlokas from 7 to 14. So just only, no translation, just only the 7 to 14. I request devotees take your time to recite, please.
It's your pastime, you just say it's in Mapa. Where is it? We can see, read.
Sorry, Mataji.
The pastime you talk about Arjuna's, like, got this council and like about horses and everything. So where is it? We can check, like, read.
So this one about the Krishna, Kanda, Prastha, these are all coming from Mahabharata. The Veda based Mahabharata retold by Krishna Dharma. There we can see all these pastimes.
In Mahabharata, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Very nice. We never know about like so few things. So thank you, Prabhuji, for sharing.
Would you like to start reciting Mataji with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya three times, 7 to 14 shlokas, please?
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Chapter 1, text 7. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टं ये तानि बोधद्विजोत्तमः नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञाथ त्राब्रवीभित्ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समतिजयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सोमदत्तिस्तस्य अन्ये च बहवासुरा मदर्थे तप्तविजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणा सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं मे तेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागव अस्थिता भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भक्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जय हर्षं कुरुवृद्धपितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्च शङ्खं दग्धो प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च प्रणवानाकगोमुखा सहसैवाभ्य हन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मूलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेते हर्ययुक्ते महन्ति स्पन्दने स्थितो माधव पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यो शङ्खो प्रदद्मतु हरे कृष्ण
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Mataji, would you like to go next? Lalita Mataji.
I'll go next, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I will go next, Prabhuji.
Next, okay. Prabhavati Sachi Mataji, are you available, Mataji, for recitation?
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी
Yeah.
अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोधादिजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदस्ति तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूराः मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्ष्यन्तो भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य संज्ञनयन् हर्षं कुरुवृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चै शङ्खै दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्काश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हययुक्ते महती स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदत्मतुः Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Lalita Mataji, everybody?
Yes, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोधद्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमीते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णक्ष कृपक्ष समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णक्ष सोमदत्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बाहवः सूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीवितः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणः सर्वे युद्धाविशारदः अपर्याप्तं तदास्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं तिदेमे तेषं बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यदा भागमवस्थितः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं गुरुवृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनोद्यक्षै शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्काक्षवीर्यक्ष पाणवानकगोमुखः हन्यन्ता सशब्दस्तु म्युलोऽभवत् ततः स्वेर्युक्तै महति स्यन्दते स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवक्षैव दिव्यौ शङ्खोपदात्मतुः हरे कृष्ण श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Just Kanya Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna. अस्मकं तु विशिष्टाये तन्निबोधा Dvijotama Naya Kamama Shainiyasya Samjnartam Tan Pavimite Bhavan Bhishmascha Karmascha Kripascha Samitim Jayaha Ashvatama Vikarnascha Datista Taivacha Anyecha Bhavava Sura Shura Madate Tyakta Jivitaha Nana Shastra Baharanaha Sarve Yugdha Visaradaha Apariyatam Tad Asmakam Balam Bhishmabhir Rakshitam Pariyatam Twidam Itasyam Balam Bhimarbhirakshitam Ayanyeshu cha sarveshu yata bhagam avastitaha bhishmam eva bhirakshantam shantu bhavata sarva evahi tasya sanjanaya harsham kuru vridha pitamaha Simhama Nadam Vinadia. Can't see it very well, bro. Simhanadam Vinadia Dyochahir Sankam Shankam Dadmau Patapavan Tata Sankascha Bhiryascha Panavanaka Gomukaha Sahasaiva Bhya Hanyanta Sasabdastu Milo Bhava Sasabdastu Tumulo Abhavat Tata Swetai Hare Yukte Mahati Syan Danistitau Madhava Pandavaschaiva Divyau Sankau Padamatu. Sorry, Papa.
Very good.
Okay.
Very nice.
I go.
Very good. Hare Krishna. Sunil Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Asmakam tu vishishtaye tan nibodha dvijotama nayakam senyasya samgnartham tan pravimite bhavan bhishmascha karnascha kripascha samittim jayah ashvathama vikarnascha staumadattistathaiva cha अन्ये च बहवः सूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशास्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदा अपर्याप्तं तद् अस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्वइदम् इतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागम् अवस्थिताः भीष्मम् एव भिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य संज्ञयान् हर्षं कुरु वृधः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दधमौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्काश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभिहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तुमुलोऽभवत्। ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महती स्यन्दने स्थितौ माध्वः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदद्धुमतः मुतुः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी।
Very beautiful. Very nice. Thank you, Prabhuji. Takes the next request. Samlata Mataji, Jai Mataji, Usha Mataji, Gauri Mataji. That's sequence. Mataji, please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तन्निबोध द्विजोतमा नायका मम सेनस्य संज्ञार्थतान् ब्रवीमि ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च स्मितिजयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णस्य सौमदत्तेस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः भूशूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीवितः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणा सर्वे युद्धविशारदा अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीमभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमे तेषां बलं भीमभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागवमस्थितः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जयान् हर्षं कुरुवृदः पितामहः सिंहनादं विन्ध्योच्छे शङ्खः दद्धमो प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खश्च भीर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखः सहसेव अभयन्त सा शब्दस्तुमुलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महती सयन्दने स्थितो माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यो शङ्खो प्रदद्धुमतुः। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु। हरे कृष्ण।
Very beautiful, Mataji. So nice. Okay, thank you so much. Next, Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, yes. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तान्निबोध द्विजोत्तमा नायका मम सैन्यस्य समज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि मे ते भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपाश्च समितिं जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सोमदत्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तद् अस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्वइदम् एतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् आयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागम् अवस्थिताः भीष्मम् एव भिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन हर्षं कुरु वृद्धाः पितामहाः सिंहनादं विनद्योचैः शङ्खं दध्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खश्च भैर्यश्च गोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्ता सशब्दस्तु मोलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्यमतुः sorry प्रभुजी प्रदधमतुः sorry प्रभुजी thank you.
Very beautiful, Mataji. So sweet. Thank you so much. Michelle Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, did you call me?
Asha Mataji, yes, Mataji, go ahead, Mataji.
Sorry,
Did you call Usha Madati, Prabhu?
Michelle Mataji,
Okay, fine.
may I, Prabhu?
yes, Mataji, go ahead, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Sorry. अस्माकं तु विशिष्टानि तानि द्विजोत्तम नायका मम सैन्यस्य सञ्जातः ब्रवीमि भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च सन्मृत्युञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सोमदत्ते तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीवितः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागवम् अस्थितः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं गुरुवृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मो प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च प्रणवानकगोमुखः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यस्त सशब्दस्तमुलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महते चन्दने स्थितो माधवः पाण्डवाश्चैव दिव्यो शङ्खो प्रदध्मतुः हरे कृष्ण थैंक यू प्रभु
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, go ahead, Mataji, now, please.
Krishna. अश्माहं तु विष्टाये तान्निबोध तद्विजोत्तम नायः मम शन्यस्य संज्ञार्थं तान् ब्रवीमिवे भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितं जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदस्तिस्तदैव च अन्ये च बहवः सुरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युक्तविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तत् अस्माहं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितम् पर्याप्तं त्रिविधम् एतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु सर्वेषु यदा पाहम् अवस्थिताः भीष्मम् एवापि रक्षन्त् भवन्तः शर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षम् गुरुवृत्तः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्काश्च ये यशः पणवाहनकोमुहाः सहशैवाप्यहन्यन्द शशब्दस्तुमुलोऽभवत् ततः चिष्वेदैर्हयर्युक्ते महदी स्यन्दने स्थितिदौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खप्रदमदुः Sorry, Prabhu, I tried.
Very beautiful. Very nice presentations. Thank you so much. Gauri Mataji, please.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी के अस्माकं तु विशिष्टा एतन्निबोधद्विजतम नायिका मम सैन्यस्य संज्ञार्था तन्ब्रवीमिते भवान् भीष्मस्य कर्णस्य कृपाश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णस्य सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीवितः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्मभिरक्षितं पर्याप्तं त्वदीयमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागवमस्थिताः भीष्ममेव यन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्ष कुरुवृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखः सहसैव व्यहन्यन्त सशब्दास्तु मूलोऽभवत् ततः श्वेतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदात्मतुः हरे कृष्ण
Very beautiful. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very nicely recited. Okay, that is from Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Thank you so much, all the devotees. So beautiful recitations. Okay, and from the announcements point of view, so today evening, we have got teachings of Lord Chaitanya at 7 p.m. So that is our upcoming session. Okay, and another update, we have sent on the Lakshmi contribution to Vrindavan Das Prabhuji. So that is done. And now we have got the Servitor Radayatra is coming up, that is in the September. So, on the day devotees, if you would like to share any thoughts about it, any dates, we keep a set target. So that we'll keep any contributions during that period, it will go to the Servitor Radayatra. So, any thoughts on that one? I think it is mentioned, I think that briefly, I think September, something like mid of September. So we are in the end of June. So July, August, 2 months. That means 4 Ekadasis will come. Any thoughts on that, Devati?
Sorry, Prabhuji, are you asking what the target should be, or?
Yes, for how long we can keep for
Oh,
Savitri fundraise, Mataji?
and you said it's in September.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know where is it. Middle September end, so we can do it till then maybe. End of August or beginning of September. Do we know the date exactly?
I think Mataji was mentioning about 26, something like that.
Oh, okay. So at least till middle or. Oh no, we need to send it before, don't we, so that they can organize appropriately.
Yes, Mataji. It is September 26th, Saturday.
Yeah, at least by end of
So
August.
now we are in the June, July, August, September. So we have about 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months, maybe two, or and also we have what is to help some devotees mentioned that support to Vrindavan Das Prabhuji, who is a short of some Lakshmi as well. So just wanted to know how many days we can keep for Savitri Yatra and also for to support Vrindavan Prabhuji for some more contributions of him as well.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
I'm
Mataji.
just wondering how many members we have, and maybe sometimes people don't attend and they don't read the the messages. Whether we can find another way of reaching out to them.
I think most some devotees that they do not come to in the mornings, everyone. But we have got around 28 to 30 devotees. They contribute financially, Mataji.
Okay, or 28. Yeah.
Yeah, 28.
Oh, that's good. No, I think we have more than that members. No,
Yeah, we got many 70 members in the group, but
that's right. Yeah,
not everyone are active to participate.
they're not actively. Yeah. All right. Because I didn't get to, because I don't get to read all the messages. So I'm just thinking, reflecting on why that is.
They are in their own journeys. So don't
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. I just have one question. Since you keep posting, donation on Ekadashi day or next day Dwadashi, so where this donation goes then? What is it for?
So this is donations from personal perspective. It is auspicious activity for um, this is again mentioned Drodorasi Badramte Dhamena Nemena cha Tapo Dravina Danaisha Sradhyati Ishwaram Bhaja by performing some masterpiece, by money, by giving food, by giving water, something on the Ekadasi day before you break the fast on Dwadasi Parayana. We give something to Krishna as an austerity. That is personal austerity. And where does that one go? Because we have got projects, number of projects in this year. We have contributed towards the Bhaktivedanta Manar and the Jagannath Rath Yatra and the cow Goshalas and a few other projects. So this is now the upcoming project is Jagannath Rath Yatra in the West Bengal, for which we have sent all the funds to Vrindavan Das Prabhuji. Now another one is the Savitri Rath Yatra. These projects were mentioned in the Sangha a few months ago. Those 12 projects. So after the Savitri Rath Yatra is done, it is Nishkinchan Prabhuji and Keshav Maharaj and Kadambakaran Maharaj. It is their dearest projects. And Jakhnu Mataji, spiritual master, Kadambakaran Maharaj. So in the South Africa, he was encouraging all of them to make this festival good. Okay, so that is one of the project. And then because it was also, they need also funds. They don't have much finance there. And after that, we have got there is a temple, Vyasa Puja as well. Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Pujas, that event also is there. For that one also needs some contribution, not because we have done to Bhaktivedanta Manar as well before for the Narasimha Chaturdasi. And on that perspective, temple may receive many funds, but the yatras like Vrindavan Prabhuji and Soweto, um, some of them like they do not receive uh, into the private projects which are happening by devotee. So these are few contexts that Vrindavan Prabhuji received enough support, and likewise Soweto Radhayatra as well.
Okay, all right, understood, Prabhu. Thank you. Thank you for explaining.
Thank you, Mataji. So in between also Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja is also there. Just keeping we have got that 3 months means that is 6 Ekadasis. How devotees wanted to do it. Maybe 2 Ekadasis contributions, maybe Prabhupada's Vyas Puja. 4 Ekadasis contributions for Savita Radhayatra, like that. Would the devotees think that would be appropriate? Any thoughts?
Sorry, Prabhuji, the last bit you said was what?
So we have got 6 Ekadasis to be covered, but out of 6 Ekadasis, 2 Ekadasis contributions maybe for Srila Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, because we have done some, whatever comes, maybe 200 pounds or something like that, we do it for on behalf of Sangha for that Vyasa Puja to the temple, and 4 Ekadasis contributions towards Savita Radhayatra. Would it be appropriate, or if devotees can share your thoughts, and then we all can decide.
We are guided by you, Prabhuji. It's fine.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
I'm just wondering about when we contribute for outfits. Is it in dire need of those things? I'm thinking about maybe sponsoring a meal on a Saturday as a group. It would be really nice, you know. For they're always looking for sponsorship. Now and again, we can do
Are you
that.
talking about the temple, or are you talking about Soweto?
The temple. Or who are you talking about then?
You're talking about Soweto at the moment, because they need more money.
Oh, desperate. Yeah, they are desperate.
The manor already has, but Soweto is a poor country.
Yeah.
They need more money.
Yeah, my guru was really, had high interest of developing that area. And we do send donation there. Yeah. So, yeah, we have to think of who need them really most. That is true. I agree. I think, we are well off in this country. And although, there's always donation being poured into the manor and places like that in London. So, yeah, it's good if we can do those areas that are really desperate, and then we can spread the word more worldwide as Prabhupada wishes, get everybody engaged or available to take.
Yeah, Mataji, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. What I was thinking, we should take one project at the moment, Prabhu. So one project finished, then another one, like that.
Yeah, I agree. Because I agree, because when you just donate and it makes you think, do I need to put as much as I want in this one, or how much can I put in the other one, because it comes too soon. Yeah.
So Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja is on September 5th. So what we can do, we will conclude in the calendars. So Ekadasi is coming on. One is the 11th of July and 25th of July. And then in the August, there are two more, 9th of August and the 23rd of August. So those 4 Ekadasis we can keep for until 24th of August. We can keep it for fundraise for Savito, 4 Ekadasis. And maybe I think so. Vyas Puja comes first, September 5th. Two Ekadasis we can keep for Srila Prabhupada's Vyas Puja and 4 Ekadasis contributions for Savita. Would it be appropriate?
So that money needs to be at the temple before Vyas Puja, before September. So is it, did you say 29th of August was Ekadasi? Which day did you say was Ekadasi for August?
That is 23rd.
23rd. Okay, so we need to be collecting money for that, don't we? For Vyas Puja by 23rd. So that money then goes to the temple before September the 5th.
Yes.
They can plan it, whatever they want to do. And for Soweto, we can, which is the Ekadasi in September, Prabhuji?
September is the 22nd, 23rd is the.
That might be too late because Soweto, they need money in advance to plan things, don't they?
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, so we need to close that early as well.
Thank you, Mataji.
I think, yeah, we need to look at all the Ekadasi dates and then the event dates and do it that way.
Sure, Mataji. Once again, we will put this one. Maybe 2 Ekadasis for Vyasa Puja, Prabhupada's Vyasa Puja, 4 Ekadasis for Savita. We'll keep that one number if it is all right. And then we will decide those. Upload.
And one last question for Vrindavan Chandra Prabhuji, is it, who are we donating it to? Like, is it coming to you first or is it to be sent to the GoFundMe page?
The GoFundMe page, it is going to be finished in 3 days. So.
No, but you said he was in financial difficulty as well. So are we collecting money for him as well?
After the 6 weeks. So at the moment.
After the 6 weeks, we'll collect money for him. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Sanchita Mataji mentioned, so he has loaned some money for the Jagannath Ratha Yatra. And then we'll open after 6 weeks, after these 2 projects are done from our side, from our Sangha side. And then we'll keep that open for raising for a couple of weeks so that Vrindavan Prabhuji would repay that funds for Jagannath Ratha Yatra. He has loaned. So that means ideally, from October onwards, those contributions will go to Vrindavan Das Prabhuji until another agreed devotees decided any dates, even couple of Ekadasis. Okay, thank you so much, Mataji, for your kind inputs. Okay, that is from this point of view. So we'll.
Oh, Hare Krishna Prabhu, can I make a suggestion?
Yes, Mataji.
As we have got quite a few people here, I'm just wondering about on Ekadashi because it's only recently it's been highlighted how important it is to me, and I've been in the movement for a while. I'm just wondering if we can actually create a space every Ekadashi for the group to recite Bhagavad Gita jointly every Ekadashi day, create a space that day so we can come together and recite it. All this will be good blessing for Soweto and places like that as well, if we have that in mind. So it's like praying for the world to get engaged.
It's a good thought, Mataji, but No, we got Bhagavad Gita also into accommodating in our Sangha for recitations every Saturday is there. So, which is Ekadashi is every 15 days once, but whereas we do Bhagavad Gita recitation every Saturday now. And Ekadashi, if it falls on weekdays, it will be difficult to come together, though we have got our Sangha programs all fully packed at the moment. I see what I see. But however, if Ekadashi, those programs are nice. How we need to accommodate, where we need to accommodate, that needs to be decided.
And many people recite it with other groups as well. You see.
Yeah, I know, but I just wondered if we can collectively stronger then, isn't it? And it will highlight the importance.
If it is on the weekdays and we have got other programs, what kind of recitations we need it? But every evening we have got evening japa session as well.
I know, but there's not much attendance in that, is it really? I think if we get the whole group engaged, we may be able to get people from, apart from the 70 members, there will be more coming, I'm sure, because reciting the Bhagavad Gita and sharing it would be so important. People would want to do it. Anyway, just a suggestion. I'm not imposing, because you are fully full. And it would be nice even if we omit part of it just for that. I don't know. I'm just suggesting. I haven't been coming, so it's just a thought.
So, but one thing, if Ekadashi falls on Sunday, we can do something like that is the only Sunday mornings we can do something.
Yeah. Or maybe every week, do Sunday morning.
Yes.
We need to release Prabhuji as well to his family, Mataji. Otherwise, they would think Prabhuji is always with us.
Well, Prabhuji is so so want to help. He would decide. I'm sure he can decide that. Yeah, Haribo.
Great. Thank you, Mataji. So we'll see that one. So thank you so much. So we shall, that is from all updates point of view. So we shall move on to Sri Brahma Samhita. So in the Brahma Samhita, where we are in the 5th chapter, 38th shloka, प्रेमाञ्जनचरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरम् अचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. And Krishna reveals to those devotees who are tinging the love to their eyes and seeing the Lord in their hearts. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Bhakti Vilochini. Santaha Sadaiva, for those devotees, Lord in their heart. Hridayeshu Vilokayanti. Those devotees see the Lord in their hearts. And Yam Shyamusundaram Achintya Gunaswarupam. That form of the Lord, it is Shyamusundaram, Achintya Gunaswarupam. It is inconceivable qualities. Swarupam, very beautiful form. Unto that Lord, I am offering my obeisances. Likewise, Brahma is offering to you. Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. I was. This shloka was covered in the last session. And the devotees, if anyone has by hearted this shloka wanted to recite, would you like to go and recite? Or you wanted to try? If you have not by hearted, wanted to try, just looking at is also fine. Yes.
Can I have a go, Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji, please.
Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sadaiva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shyama Sundaram Achitya Guna Swarupam Govinda Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Very good, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Asha Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. प्रेमाञ्जनचुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन छन्दः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरम् अचिन्तय गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very good, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Usha Mataji, please.
Yes,
Jai
Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji. Usha Mataji.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu. प्रेमाञ्जना चरिता भातिलोचनेन सन्तः सद्वैदर्देषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरम् अचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि.
Very beautiful. Thank you, Mataji. Dharamji Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm looking book
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
I cannot recite by heart. So, okay. प्रेमाञ्जनाचरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपम् गोविन्दम् आदिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. हरे कृष्ण.
Very beautiful. Very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Jai Mataji, please.
Hare Krishna, yes. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. Sorry, Prabhuji, I wanted to say I'm looking. All I've memorized is few words here and there, but today I'm looking.
Yes,
So, Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena Santaha Sadaiva Hridayeshu Vilokayanti Yamashama Sundaram Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna, thank you.
very good. Thank you, Mataji. Premanjana Bhakti Vilochaneನ सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरम् अचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. Very beautiful. So we shall move to the next one. That was correct. So here today, Lord Brahma is offering his obeisances that Lord has got innumerable forms, starting from Rama, Adimurtishu. Many of those, they're all Kala Niyamenatist in different forms, plenary portions. Kala means different Amsha, and Nanavatar, every all incarnations. Akarod Bhuneshu Kintu. Within these words, they appear. Wherever it is, whatever it is, there are kalas and amshas. But whereas Krishna, he is a personally the supreme personality of Godhead. His Nijarupa, original form of the Lord. Okay, so in such a way, Brahma is offering his prayer. Rama Dimurtishu Kala Niyamena Tishtan नानावतारम् अकरोद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णः स्वयं समभवत् परमः पुमान्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठन् Ramadi, the incarnation of Lord Rama, etc. Ramadi, Murtishu in different forms. Kala Niyamena Tishtan, Kala Niyamena, by the order of plenary portions. Tishtan, they are existing. Nanavataram Akarad Bhodeshu Kintu. Nanavataram is the various incarnations. Various incarnations. It could be Gunavataras, Purushavataras. Gunavataras are Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Purushavataras, Karanodak Sai Vishnu, Garbhodak Sai Vishnu, Kshirodak Sai Vishnu. And Yugavataras in a different colors like Raktavarnam, Pitavarnam, Shvetavarnam, Gauravarnam. Four kinds of colors of that is Yugavataras. Again, this is the Leela Avataras. Leela Avatar Ruptu. Leela Avatar Anuruptu. These are all 22 Leela incarnations that Goswami mentions again. Brahma has mentioned few more. So they all come around 27 to 28 incarnations. Leela Avataras and Sekta Vesha Avataras are also categorized. These are different incarnations. Nanavataram Akarod. They executed Bhuvaneshu Kintu, Bhuvaneshu in the within the worlds, so many worlds within this universe, Tribhuvana. Tribhuvana are the three planets, upper and middle and lower, or Chaturdasha Bhuvanas are the 14 planetary systems. So they're all referring to these 14 planetary systems individually or in a categorized way, upper, middle, and lower, or in another way, upper and middle. So they're all referring to the same. But it is within one universe, and there are innumerable universes as well. Akurat Bhuneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam, they are Kala avatars. Kala by the order of plenary portions. But whereas Krishna Swayam, Lord Krishna personally, Samabhavat, and who has appeared in front of Brahma, Paramaha Pumanyo is the supreme person. Pumanyo. And then Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajam. So this is Ramadinmutishu Kalanemena Tishtan Nanavataram Akurud Bhuneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramaha Pumanyu Govindamadi Purusham Tamham Bhajami. Can I request any devotee to read the translation and purport? Asha Mataji, you want to go? Garinda Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Translation Prabhuji?
And also purport. Both.
Okay. Sure Prabhuji. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personality as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Narasimha, Vamana, etc. as his subjective uh, portions. Purport. His subjective potence as the Avatara with Rama etc. appear from Vaikuntha, and his own form Krishna manifests himself with Braja in the world from Goloka. The underlying sense is that Krishna Chaitanya, identical with Krishna himself, also bring about by his appearance the direct manifestation of Godhead himself. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. You're very beautifully read. This is small purport. So here, Bhaktisiddhanta Sri Goswami describing that all incarnations comes from Vaikuntha Loka. But Krishna's form comes directly from the Goloka Vrindavan and also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So those things we could see in the Goloka Vrindavan, that Goloka chart, Radha Krishna at one side and other side Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and those associates. Sankirtana only. One is the Vrindavan Dham and another one is Navadvip Dham. Both are coming. Krishna, there in the beginning, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, he describes that Yadadvaitam Brahmopanishadi Tadapyasya Tanubha या आत्मंतर्यामि पुरुष सो अस्यांश विभवः षडैश्वर्यैः पूर्णो एह भगवान् स स्वयमयं न चैतन्यात् कृष्णात् जगति परतत्त्वं परमिह. That supreme person, the Krishna, is non different from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So he is with full in six opulences. They appear from the Goloka Vrindavan. And here, whatever the super soul or Brahma Jyoti, they are his light and his expansions. But here Krishna form, it is directly manifesting from Goloka. Ye yata bhuivartante puryoho bhagavata priyaha tas tas tatasanti vaikunte tat tat liladhamadrutaha. And for, in order to Lord to present here, he manifests those spiritual planets in this material world. Okay, that is where Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami, he describes. And it contains all of those pastimes, the cows, Vrindavan, the Yamuna River, Govardhan Hill, and all those things. Okay, so here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is identical with Krishna. Okay, and Goloka Prema Dharma Harinama, to bring the wealth of Goloka to this material world. Krishna has appeared as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But in Goloka Vrindavan, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastimes are all there with and the devotees. Yajnehi Sankirtan Prayehi. This is Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam Sangopangastra Pashadam. Yajnehi Sankirtana Prayehi Yajantihi Sumedasaha. Okay, that is a very beautiful shloka. That is what here it is described. From the Bhagavatam perspective, Avatarahi Asankyayaha Harehe Sattva Nidedvijaha Yada Vidasinaha Kulyaha Sarasaha Syuhu Sahasrashaha. Just like so many incarnations, so many rivulets and rivers coming from a gigantic pond. In a similar way, from Krishna, many of those incarnations keep on coming. They're all Sattva Nidhe Dvije. Sattva Nidhe. Sattva Nidhi is the pure goodness. Avatarahi Asinkyaya Harehe Sattva Nidhehe Dvijaha. They're all pure and transcendental incarnations. Likewise, Sutta Goswami says to all the seven Kati sages, Dvijaha. Yada, and how it appears, Yada Vidasinaha Pulyaha Sarasaha Syuhu Sahdarshaha. And from the Sarasa, there are so many rivulets keep going on, flowing on, flowing. Likewise, so many incarnations comes from Krishna. But Krishna is the Yete च अंशकालाः पुंसः कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयं इंद्रारि व्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे. But Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. Okay, so that is from this shloka. I request the devotees, if you have got any questions from this shloka, any purport and from purport or translation, kindly ask or kindly share.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, may I ask one question, please?
Yes, Mataji.
It is the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu pastimes in Goloka. Are they like constantly running as well? Like, are they eternal, just like the Krishna's pastimes?
Yes, they're also existing in that one. We can see there is a very beautiful Prabhupada's descriptions in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. In the Adi Leela, there he has described it. Here it is described. So here, so Dwarka and Mathura and Gokula are facsimile representatives representing the abodes of the Godhead in Kingdom of God, Vaikuntha Dham. And similarly, Navadvipa is also manifesting here from the Goloka Vrindavan. So Navadvipa, it is mentioned here. Let me just find that one, the word. Say Krishna Navadvipa Sri Chaitanya Chandra Sri Balaram. That we have already seen, we have come across in the Brahma Samhita. Let me just find here. I think we have passed it through that one.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll find it. It's just that today it became a bit more clearer. That's why I was like asking.
Yeah, yes, my bad. Let me just. Shri Brahma Samhita. It is just that we have passed through that one. Never do. So this one Shlaka was what it is. Yes, this one. Shriyaha Kantaha Paramaha Purushaha Kalpaha. So that one is described here. So here, those descriptions, Vrindavan and Navadvip within this mundane world designate the same as Goloka. And would you like to read this line, paragraph, Mataji, please?
Yes, Hare Krishna. That region which jivas attain by the best performance of their rasa bhajan, though purely transcendental, is by no means devoid of variegatedness. The non-differentiated region is attained by indulging in anger, fear, and delusion. The devotees attain Goloka, the transcendental region above Vaikuntha, according to the quality of rasa of the respective services. In reality, that region is no other than Shwetadeep or the White Island, being exceedingly pure. Those who attain the highest rasa in the shape of the realization of pure devotion in this world, viewing the reality of Shwetadeep in Gokula, Vrindavan and Navadvip within this mundane world, designate the same as Goloka. In that transcendental region of Goloka, there are always visible in their supreme beauty all the distinctive entities that are incorporated in the pure cognitive principle, viz., namely, the lover and his beloved ones, trees and creepers, mountains, rivers and forests, water, speech, moment, music of the flute, the sun and the moon. Tasted and taste. That is the unthinkable wonders of the 64 aesthetic arts. Milk cows yielding nectarian flow of milk and transcendental ever-existing time.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Srila Jiva Goswami, Saraswati Bhakti Saraswati Thakur ki jai.
Thank you, Mataji. So there is so here again, the self-same Gaurachandra, who is no other than Krishna himself, in order to taste the rasa of the pastimes of Radha Krishna in Goloka, is manifest in the eternal realm of Navadvipa in identical with Goloka. This is also clear from Vedic injunctions. Asad Varnastrayaha, Krishna Varnam, Krishna Varnam Tusha Krishnam, Vitapasyaha Pasiti Rukma Varnam, Mahanto Bhurvai, So these are the four verses, but has been explained here, and various other statements of the theistic scriptures. Just as Krishna had his birth in the mundane Gokula through the agency of Yogamaya, who is principal energy of the Supreme Lord, so with her help, he manifested the Leela of his birth in the womb of Sachi Devi in Navadvipa on this mundane plane. Okay, so this is in one context we see. So again, let me tell you the mystery in Navadvipa, identical realm of Goloka and the banks of the Ganges. Gaurchandra, who is Govinda, the entity of pure devotion, who has two hands, who is the soul of all souls, who has the supreme great personality as the great meditative sannyasi, and who is beyond the threefold mundane attributes, makes the process of pure unalloyed devotion manifest in this mundane world. Another statement from Navadvipa. So let us go to the further. And here in another statement, the pure devotees following the devotees of Raja and those following the pure devotees of Navadvipa are located in realm of Krishna and Gaura respectively. So this is straightforward answer to Mataji's question. The identical devotees of Raja and Navadvipa simultaneously attain to the pleasures of service in the realm of Krishna and Gaura.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Today it became more clearer. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. So this is all about Navadvipa, and yes, it is parallelly existing there. Any more questions? Any comments, reflections? In that case, we shall recite this shloka. The devotees can take a time to recite. Line by line, wherever it is possible, devotees can follow line by line. Ramadimurtishu kala niyamena tishtan
Ramadimurtishu kalaniyamena tishtam
nanavataram akarodbhuvaneshu kintu
nanavataram ukarodbhuvaneshu kintu
Krishna swayam samabhavat paramah pumanyo
Krishna swayam samabhavat paramah pumanyo
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Govinda Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Once more. Ramadimurtishu kala niyamena tishtan
Ramadimurtishu Kalaniyane Tishtan
nanavataram aparodbhuvaneshu kintu
Nana Vataram Akarod Bhuvanishu Kintu
Krishna swayam samabhavat paramah pumanyo
Krishna Swayam
Samabhavat Paramaha
Samabhavat Paramapamyo
Govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami.
Vindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Very beautiful. Which devotees will take it and recite? Jayamata, do you want to go?
Yes, I'll try in the other tune, see if that works, Prabhuji. Ramadimurtishu kalaniyamena tishtan Nanavataram akarodbhuvaneshu kintu Krishna swayam samabhavat paramaha pumanayo Govindamadi purusham tamham bhajami. Hare Krishna, thank you.
Very good. Very good. Thank you, Mataji. And Asha Mataji, will take it?
रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठन् नानावतारमगरो भुवनेषु गिन्धु कृष्णः स्वयं समभवत् परमभुमान् यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि।
Very beautiful, very nice. Mataji, definitely Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Ramadimurtishu kala Niyaninatishdam Tishtan Nanna Bharataram Akarod Bhuvanishu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Parama Pumanyo Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. Gauri Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji ki. Ramadimurte Sukala Niyamena Tishthan Nana Avataram Akarud Bhuvanesu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samabhavat Paramaha Pumanayu Govindamadi Purusam Tamaham Bhajami. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Very beautiful, very nice. Thank you, Mataji. So that is from Sri Brahma Samhita. Okay, and the devotees were nearly 9 o'clock. If you are happy, we shall conclude and continue further japa unless if you have any questions. Okay, thank you so much. Shall conclude. Panchakalpatarubhyasya
Yasya kripa
kripasindhu
sindhu vacha patitanam pavane vaishnavendra namo namaha.
Ananta Koti
The Vaishnavinda ki jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Krishna Consector. Jai Shri Krishna
Krishna
Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shivaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Jai Shri
Jai Shri
Krishna
Krishna Chaitanya.
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda
Jai Shri Radha.
Radha Shiva Sadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai
Jai
Shri
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shivaita Radha Shiva Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama